Hey everyone, welcome back to the Keltische region, my Fakemon region based on Germany, and something everyone loves is when Game Freak gives old Pokemon new evolutions. The new evolutions in Scarlet and Violet, as well as their DLCs, were incredibly well received. Heck, King Gambit is one of my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, so why not make some of my own? You can call me Link or Little Yoga Man, and let's hop in. So, Clocktowel. Sadly, it's one of the most disappointing final evolved regional birds. Most of them are big and intimidating, except you and Pheasant. Nobody likes you. But Clocktowel isn't. Pair that with disappointing stats and you get a huge missed opportunity, especially for the evolved form of one of Ken Sugimori's favorite Pokemon. So let's redeem it with an evolution. Hoot and Clocktowel are already based on clocks. Why not make a cuckoo clock, since Germany is already famous for inventing them? The tail could look like a pendulum, stout cuckoo clock-like body, and a clump of feathers for Hoot to hide in, then jump out, just like a real cuckoo clock. So, like I said, I'm gonna give it a big, stout body, kind of like heart-shaped plumage, evolving Clocktowel's head crest so that it looks more ornate. It's gonna be a ground type, hence stouter, so it's gonna look heavy, like big heavy. I originally gave it a mouth on the beak so that it looked like it would open, but I'm gonna take that out eventually. I'm gonna start adding Hoot's colors, Clocktowel's colors, sorry. And I put, you can see in the top left corner, I put some light. Here is Clocktowel, the cuckoo Pokemon, a flying and ground type. Because of their large size and weight, they don't fly much anymore. Instead, they rest on sturdy tree branches. Juvenile Hoot rests in the plumage on their chest, occasionally popping out. Also, yes, I did make a new layout. I think it looks pretty nice. Now, ever since I put Slurpuff in my April Fool's video, I've realized it really seemed to lack something. I mean, it was meant to be popular. It's meant to symbolize the brand new fairy type. It's a silly dog and food. It was meant to be popular, but it just never clicked with the community. Maybe it was just missing an evolution. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go on a quick history tangent. I promise it'll come up later. So, Queen Marie Antoinette ruled France from 1774 to 1793, but was of Austrian descent. She was fairly ignorant to the people's troubles and was quite unpopular for this, so much so that when the people were complaining that the prices were so high they couldn't afford bread, she famously said, "Let them eat cake." However, it's unknown if she actually said this or if it was just made up. Okay, tangent over. So why not give Slurpuff an evolution based on Marie Antoinette? It's already a pastry Pokemon from the Pokemon equivalent of France. I'll give it a big cake dress and the cherry will become a crown of sorts. So the original Slurpuff was kind of just like an amorphous blob. So since this is going to be based on an actual person, I wanted to give it more humanoid proportions. It's got cherry decorations on its dress to look like the fancy dresses that they had back then, as well as some stripes. I gave it a segment in the middle, pink, because it just seemed a little empty there. Again, light in the middle so I can get the lighting right. Say hello to Slurpamper from Slurp and Pamper, the delectable Pokemon, a fairy type. Slurpamper have a notorious sweet tooth, consuming everything sugary. They are not known to be compassionate and use their strong smell to locate and steal berries from other Pokemon. Now, since we did Slurpuff, we have to do their counterpart, Aromatisse. While not my least favorite Pokemon, that honor would go to Clefable for reasons I will not explain today. I will say Aromatisse is one of my least favorite design-wise. Did you know that this is supposed to be a flamingo? Cause it sure as heck don't look like it. It doesn't have the long neck, bird-like legs, or even wings. The only bird-like thing about it is its beak, and even that doesn't look like a real bird. Shame this cute little bird-like Pokemon evolved into this. Anyways, as for the evolution, we could add to the Plague Doctor inspiration, but specifically make it a flamingo. It'll still keep things like the legs and some of the arms, on top of other things. So I'm starting off by giving it a more elongated body and more flamingo-like proportions. Aromatisse is already based on a can-can dancer, so I give it some ballerina-looking aesthetics, keeping the weird feather ear things in the eyelashes, but giving it sleepier eyes. Now just adding Aromatisse's colors, as well as some shading. Again, I like doing the light in the middle. Say hello to Sendomingo, from scent, as in smell, doctor, and flamingo, the aromatic Pokemon, a fairy type. This Pokemon is quite sophisticated and incredibly picky about what food they eat. Their feathers hold a smell so pungent one would pass out if they smelled it. The final one for today is going to be Castform. Well, yes, it's odd for a gimmick Pokemon to evolve, but it's dreadfully weak. How to evolve it, though? Well, normal Castform is designed after a water molecule, since water is in the air. You know what other molecule is in the air? CO2. So I'm going to make it look like a CO2 molecule. And to make the different forms, I'll draw inspiration from the clothes you would wear in said weather. A fun summer outfit for sunny, a raincoat for rainy, and a drawstring hoodie for snowy. So for the evolution for Castform, I wanted this thing to look light, airy, and quick, like it would blow away in a breeze. It's gonna be flying type, because flying type is also partially the air type. It's also bird type, but we won't talk about that. Its weird hair loopy thing is gonna look more like wind, as well as the tail things, giving it actual hands in Castform's colors. The wind itself in the middle will be made up of air instead of Castform's actual body. Say hello to Nimform, from Nimbus, as in the clouds, and Form, the forecast Pokemon, a normal and flying type. This Pokemon's body is made up of 80% swirling air. It can detect the smallest changes in the weather with its body, and it changes accordingly. They are only found naturally in the stratosphere. While the basic form is normal flying type, the other forms also have dual types. Fire Fairy for sunny, Water Ghost for rainy, and Ice Psychic for snowy. And that's it for today. Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Sorry for getting this out so late. I was working on Kelticia's next story video, but due to technical difficulties, that got delayed. So I went with this, then I got sick, had a birthday, as well as some other personal stuff. But thanks for staying to the end. See ya. Stay safe.